I'm Mike Legal. I'm with Diane from PPAS. How are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. We're here at LDW, and today we're going to talk about what PPAS is going on and share a little bit. I heard education is a key topic you'd like to talk about.
It is. It's something that we had for years. We had let it had languished by itself, died a slow death, and we got a committee together. There's some very dynamic women that were really willing to go out there and came up with some great ideas. A lot of the ideas we garnered here at LDW.
Nice.
Picking
So
somebody else's
there
brain.
was tremendous
no
value
sense
there.
reinventing the wheel when somebody else had something that was working great. And so, like, we picked up speed selling. We did it for 2 years. We're going to reformat that going forward next year, do something a little different, keep it a little interesting. What we found out, we have a very active association.
Okay.
We have about 7 luncheons a year, and our lunches usually draw between 70 and 100 people.
That's a lot. That's a big number for a luncheon.
It is. We're very blessed. We have a lot of suppliers in our area, and so they attend. They're very, very great. They're great supporters, very staunch supporters, and they come to a lot of the luncheons. It's like probably about a 50-50 mix. I'm not exactly
Now, when
sure.
you have luncheons, do you have speakers for luncheons? Do you have suppliers?
We try
that
to
speak?
have speakers. What we do that really seems to make get everybody kind of interested, because we have 12. We sign up suppliers. We have 12 vendor tables around the room. And they're allowed to bring 3 lines if they're multi-line rep and come and show their stuff. Around 10:30, we have lunch at 11:30, and then they have a 3-minute commercial. And so basically have a mini trade show 7 times a year, which is really good.
Wow, so you're really hitting all the time. You're getting fresh
Constantly.
content.
And before that, from 9 to 10:30, we have 2 45-minute sessions where, like, you could sign up 1 month and someone else can sign up 1 month. And you hit the very small mom and pops or the smaller companies that don't have the vendors come to visit them. And we usually have, anywhere from 25 to 30 people attend those.
It's nice that you find ways to cater to everybody for your membership. That
We
you really
try.
want.
That was something they started a long time ago, and it seems to work real well, so we go forward with that. And usually that kind of books up like at the beginning of the year. And the luncheons kind of book up, like the first 4 months, and then summer drags. But we usually end up, like I said, our suppliers are just great supporters, and they come. And our vendors our distributors show up, and for the small price of a luncheon, they get to go to the 2 vendors, early vendors in the morning, and see those. And they do the luncheon. We try to have an education or a speaker. We've had Paul Bellantone in the past. We've had paid speakers. We've had industry speakers. We had the speed selling. We have, in June, we have an education day, and we have a speaker at lunch, and then we have a speaker in the afternoon. So we do away with the early morning vendor meetings. You're not there all day.
How does someone like yourself or your organization, how do they come to decide what speakers are good for you? Like, how did you figure out? Well, I mean, Paul Bellatone's an easy one because obviously he's the current president. But how did you figure out who you wanted to speak? Because with all these opportunities, I could see you want to keep recycling new content.
We have, when I first got into it, the lady that drugged me into it,
Name?
Mary Dowling.
Okay.
She drugged me into it, and she gave us free reign within reason. We ran stuff by her once we decided on it, but I had a committee of 4 very strong women with decidedment different opinions.
Oh, that's wonderful. The good old book club, huh?
Yeah. And so we called it the Professional Development and Wine Tasting Committee.
Oh,
And
okay.
so
Gotta have the wine in there.
We had meetings.
Are you a red wine drinker or a white wine drinker?
Yes.
Red wine.
And we had meetings in the evening, and we would bandy about the names from the speaker in a box. We started with that. And then, in order to be more aware of our members' monies, we looked inside of our set. We looked towards our membership to see what speakers we could get, like Michelle Packard-Milam and different people that were in the industry. And word of mouth, checked with other people who had good speakers, local people. And because Dallas, fortunately, is home to a lot of very wonderful speakers. So with that being the case, you don't have to pay for the room in the hotel and the travel.
So you found cost-effective ways to really continue.
Yes, and so that really works. So we were able to bring some national speakers from outside of the industry. We try to do 1 a year at a reasonable cost and keep it down, where it would cost other people $2 or $3 grand to get them. We got them for about $1,000.
Now, beside the 7 lunch and learn shows, I'm gonna call them lunch trade shows. Do you do any type of large trade shows? Do you do any type of social events?
This year, we've done social events sporadically. This year, we've finally gotten one of our board members we've gotten a new board member on, Ben Norris, and he's in charge of social. And he was able to do a night at the ballpark because we also have major league teams in Dallas.
Well, we've been hearing a lot of good ballpark stories about the industry loving to get out there and go see a ball game.
It was fun. We had a good time. We had 70 some people show up.
Wow.
So that was, I think, 75. We had to go back and buy tickets a second time or third time.
I've been there personally. I know that. I know that feeling when they tell you they're going to come and then they cancel and they come back and say, "Oh, we need this more."
And we've got several other ideas. We're also, and I'm not above picking anybody's brains. One of my very good friends who is also in the industry is involved in another association that is contractors, general contractors and that. And they're doing several things in their group that we're looking at trying. One of them that we've already got on board, which we've talked about it for several years but never had a good platform for it, was a tailgate party. Because
I've done the tailgate parties for us. They're amazing.
You can't really have a chili cook-off because not everybody makes chili. So what we're having is cook-off.
The trick is
calling it a
professional
tailgate
bartender.
party.
Trick is
No,
professional
we're
bartender.
having a tailgate party.
Tailgate party.
Instead of a
Keep going.
instead of a chili cook-off, it is just a cook-off.
Okay.
So there is no you bring
Well,
your.
we better start getting a word on that. That sounds like a good time. I need to come in and hang
Everybody
out.
brings everybody is in charge of their own space and their own food, and they have to bring enough food to serve 25 to 40 people.
Huh. That sounds really exciting.
And we're having it the night. We do have a small trade show, so we're having it the day before the small trade show.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate your time. It sounds like you got a lot going on, and I love the interaction that you have throughout the year. And good luck on the chili tailgating event.
Yeah, well, not chili. It's just called the cook-off.
The cook-off. Just the cook-off. It's okay. But thank you.